Hello, welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Tonight we're going to do another game from the 2001 rookie season of Ichiro Suzuki, his career replay. Mariners are currently 1-3 on the season. They were actually 3-1 coming into this game, so a little bit off pace already to start the season. But Ichiro Suzuki is off to a fast start, as he was in the actual season. So, on the mound for the Seattle Mariners is going to be Tomko, and they'll be going up against the Texas Rangers in Game 2 of the series. They won their first game in yesterday's ball game. So, the lineups are set. Mr. Brody is in his co-host seat with Purple Dinosaur. And here we go.
Pitching for Texas, Doug Davis. Leading off for Seattle, right fielder, Ichiro Suzuki.
So, alright, let me get the volume up there. Alrighty, so welcome to the ballpark at Arlington. We're at Seattle against Texas. Tomko will start for Seattle. He'll be making his first start of the year. He'll be opposed by Doug Davis for Texas. He's also making his first start. 73 degrees, wind speed 9 miles per hour out to center field. So this is using Action PC Baseball 2018 version, as you can see here.
Play ball!
So the lineup for the visiting Seattle Mariners is going to be Ichiro Suzuki. He's off to a fast start in his rookie season. Rookie season in the majors, anyway. Let's see if we can... Let's put Mr. Brody over here. I think that's good right there. That'll work. He's off to a 350 batting average. Actually, sorry, he hit 350 on the actual season. He's off to a 474 average so far in the replay. 9 hits and 19 at-bats with 1 double, 2 runs scored, and 5 stolen bases. On-base percentage of 500 and a slugging percentage of 526. So next up will be Mike Cameron, the center fielder, followed by Edgar Martinez, the DH. John Rowe, the first baseman, will bat cleanup. Brett Boone is at second base, hitting 5th. Batting 6th is in left field is Sanders, Anthony Sanders. He would only play 9 games in the actual season, this being one of them. David Bell is the third baseman, hitting 7th. Dan Wilson behind the plate hits 8th, and Carlos Guillen, the shortstop, will bat 9th. So on the mound, as you said, Doug Davis making his first start of the year. He was 11-10 with a 4.45 earned run average for the actual season. Pitched 86 innings, allowed 220 hits, 14 homers, 69 walks, and 115 strikeouts. His whip was a very high 1.554, and opponents hit 295 against him. So the defense behind Davis is going to be Greer in left, Curtis in center, and Mateo in right. In the infield, it's Caminiti, Rodriguez, Velarde, and Palmeiro. And behind the plate is the future Red Sox, who is often caught the knuckleballer Tim Wakefield, is Doug Mirabelli. Basically made a career over it. In fact, in one game they actually, I think it was a playoff game, they actually flew him in and had a police escort to the stadium after they got him one year when the Red Sox went into the postseason. Anyway, Suzuki steps into the box. Davis looks in for the sign. Mirabelli flashes his fingers. Nods his head, kicks and delivers. And that'll drop in there for a base hit.
Fielder, Mike Cameron.
So on the 3-1 count, Suzuki gets a single to lead off the game. Suzuki is a threat to steal. No, Belly with an 8 arm. I don't think we're going to steal quite yet. We're just going to have Cameron hit away. Cameron comes in hitting an even 400, 6 hits and 15 at-bats, with a homer and 4 runs batted in, 2 runs scored, on base percentage of .412. And that's going to be popped up behind the plate, where Belly gives chase. But that'll be back out of play. 0-1 the count. And we have a score here. Florida leads Atlanta 4-0 in the third. And that'll be a ball. 1-1. And takes strike 2. 1-2 the count now on Cameron. And it'll be a foul ball. And that'll go out of play as Greer gives chase. So the count remains 1-2. Count evens at 2 on the cutter. Full count. Foul back out of play. It's popped up behind the plate. Belly may have a shot this time. But nope. That goes back out of play. So the count remains 3-2. And that's going to be a base hit. And Suzuki will hold at second. Took a wide turn, but holds.
Designated hitter, Edgar Martinez.
So the first 2 runners on for Seattle. And bring up Edgar Martinez off to a slow start, hitting just 125, 2 for 16 with a double. 2 runs batted in, 2 runs scored. See what he can do here against Davis. Davis looks in for the sign, looks back at the runners. Kicks and delivers. And swing and a miss, strike 1. And that's going to be a ground ball. Over to second horn, back to first. And that's a 6-4-3 double play started by A-Rod. So Suzuki goes to third, but now with 2 down. John Olerud hitting just 154, 2 for 13 on the season. Part of the reason why, along with Martinez, why Seattle is started off so slowly, 1-3. Has 1 RBI and 2 runs scored. And that's hit back to the pitcher. Davis up with it, over to Palmeiro.
For Seattle, Brett Tomko. Leading off for Texas, left fielder, Rusty Greer.
So after 1/2, it's Seattle 0 and Texas coming up. Texas is 3-2 on the season so far. Boston leads Tampa Bay 4-1 in the 4th. So Tomko on the hill, making it first start of the season. Had a 3-1 record with a 5.19 earned run average in 2001. 34 2/3 innings pitched, 42 hits allowed, 9 homers, 15 walks, and 22 strikeouts. And a whip of even higher than Davis's of 1.644, and opponents hit 288 against them. So for the Mariners, in the outfield behind Tomko is Sanders in left, Cameron in center, and Suzuki in right. Cameron and Suzuki, excellent defensive outfielders with a 10 rating. Ichiro with a cannon for an arm at a rating of 8. In the infield, it's Bell, Guillen, Brune, and Olerud. All slightly above average, except for Guillen, who's below average. Behind the plate, Dan Wilson, above average, but with a poor arm. Tomko on the hill is slightly above average. So for the Rangers, it'll be Rusty Greer leading off and playing left field. Randy Velarde, the second baseman, will hit second. Alex Rodriguez, the shortstop, bats third. Rafael Palmeiro is the first baseman hitting cleanup. Andres Galarraga, the DH, hits fifth. Ken Caminiti, the third baseman, will hit sixth. Batting seventh will be the center fielder, Chad Curtis. Ruben Mateo, the right fielder, hits eighth. And Dougmere Belly, behind the plate, will hit ninth. So Greer steps into the box. Greer is hitting .208 in the season. 5 hits and 24 at-bats with a homer and 3 runs batted in. Has scored 5 runs. And pitch.
Second baseman.
Sanders gives chase and catches it in the corner. So Greer is retired. So that'll bring up Randy Velarde. The second baseman comes in hitting .400, 8 hits and 20 at-bats, so off to a good start with a double, a homer, and 5 runs batted in. Has scored 7 runs and has a stolen base, OPS of 1.058. And that'll be a walk.
Shortstop, Alex Rodriguez.
So Olerud will hold on Velarde. And we'll throw over. And he's back safely. Alex Rodriguez up now. Shortstop comes in hitting .409 with 3 homers already and 8 runs batted in. Has scored 9 runs, has a double, 2 stolen bases, and an OPS of 1.322. Tomko looks in for the sign from Wilson. Here's the windup in the pitch to A-Rod. And it's a foul ball out of play. 1-1 the count now. That's popped up. Bell gives chase, but it'll be in the crowd. So 1-2 the count now. So Florida 4, Atlanta 1, still in the third. So 2-2 the count now on Rodriguez. Full count now. And he strikes him out. So
Rafael Palmeiro.
So A-Rod strikes out. So 2 outs now. We're already at first for Rafael Palmeiro. Struggling on the season so far. Just hitting .176, 3 for 17. With 2 runs batted in, 3 runs scored. Here's the pitch. And strike 1 called. 1-1 the count now. 1-2, so Palmeiro in the hole now. Count evens at 2. Full count on Palmeiro. And that's the line down the first base line. About foul. And it's popped up behind the plate. Wilson gives chase. But that'll be back out of play. So 3-2 the count now on Palmeiro. Velarde will be off on the pitch with 2 down. Another foul down the first base line.
Second baseman, Brett Boone.
Not sure exactly what happened there. It said safe. I guess it was a strikeout. So Palmeiro goes down on strikes to end the inning. So it'll be Boone, Sanders, and Bell for the Mariners here in the second. Boone comes in hitting .316 on the season, 6 for 19, with a homer and 4 runs batted in. Has scored 4 runs. And he strikes him out.
Anthony Sanders.
So Davis gets his first K of the day. Anthony Sanders up now, making his first at bat of the season. Hit just .176, 3 hits and 17 at bats with 2 doubles, 2 runs batted in, and a run scored. And he'll draw the walk.
Third baseman, David Bell.
So Sanders not a threat to steal. David Bell up now. I think we're going to go with a hit and run here. He's an 8 rating for a hit and run. And that'll be a successful hit and run as Sanders moves to third.
Catcher, Dan Wilson.
After the base hit by Bell. So they'll put runners at the corners with 1 down. Boston has increased the lead over Tampa Bay now 6-1 in the 4th. So Dan Wilson with a chance to put the Mariners on the board. He comes in 3 for 15 at hitting .200 with 2 runs batted in, 3 runs scored. And that's a dribble with us. Oh, and it's going to be mishandled by the second baseman, Velarde. So that'll allow Boone to score. And, Sanders to score. And that'll put the Mariners on top 1-0. So no RBI in the play. So that brings up Carlos Guillen. He's hitting .167, 2 for 12. And it's ball 1. Yeah, we'll have him hit away. I was thinking about bunting, but we have 1 out here. That would bring up the top of the order Suzuki, though. I think we're going to try a sacrifice here. Gets the bunt down. It looks like a good one. That'll get the runners over with 2 down. So Suzuki with a single could score 2 here. Suzuki 1 for 1 on the day. And it's going to be ball 1 up. Inside corner, strike 1, 1-1. And that's going to be a base hit. That'll score 2. And that goes down into the corner. Suzuki is going to try for 3, and he'll get in there with a 2-run triple. So Suzuki plates 2 with a 2-run triple, and the Mariners are on top 3-0 now. So the strategy paid off by having Guillen bunt the runners over. And the triple will score 2. Triple would have scored 2 anyway, but makes it a little easier. So Mike Cameron up now, 1 for 1 on the day. Suzuki gets his lead off third. Davis looks at him, kicks and delivers. And that's going to be off-speed pitch, ball 1, downstairs. 2-0 the count. And it'll be a foul ball. So 2-1 the count now on Cameron. Count evens at 2 with a swing and a miss. Full count now. And that's hit to left. That's going back, and that's going to be off the wall. Suzuki trots home. And Cameron's going to be at second with an RBI double. So the Mariners increase their lead now to 4-0. So good start for the Mariners. So Cameron gets himself an RBI double. Martinez up now 0 for 1. See if he can take part in this. And that's a line drive down the line. Just foul. So Martinez quickly in the hole 0-2. Fouls this one out of play down the first base line. Count remains 0-2. And he strikes out. But not before the Mariners put up a 4 spot in the second and lead at 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. So Tomko with the lead now. He'll face Galarraga, Caminiti, and Curtis. Galarraga hitting .381 in the season, 8 for 21, with 4 doubles, 3 homers, and 7 runs batted in. Has scored 7 runs, so off to a good start with his new club. And that's going to be a base hit to the opposite field. Wait.
Third baseman, Ken.
Not to the opposite field. That's going to be a base hit, and it's a poor play by Bell on that one. Play that Bell should have had. So that brings up Caminiti. Caminiti in 294, 7 for 15. 5 for 17. If he was hitting 7 for 15, it'd be a lot better average. With a homer and 3 runs batted in, has scored 3 runs. Olu to hold on Galarraga. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be just a bit inside, ball 1. Galarraga not a threat to steal. 1-1 the count. Popped up behind the plate. Wilson gives chase, but that's in the crowd. So 1-2 the count now on Caminiti. Dribble down the line, just foul as Ovalu gives chase. 2-2 the count now on Caminiti. Full count now. And that's fouled down the first base line. And that's hit to left. This one's going to go a long way.
Center fielder.
Sanders is there to make the catch on the warning track. Galarraga tags up and moves to second. You don't see that too often. But the ball was hit deep enough. And Sanders has an extremely poor arm, so Galarraga challenged it and beat the throw to second. So 1 out and run in scoring position for Chad Curtis. Curtis hitting .278 in the season, 5 for 18 with 2 doubles. 2 runs batted in, 2 runs scored. And that's going to be a ball. Upstairs for ball 1. 2-0 the count. Count moves to 3-0. And he'll... No, actually 3-1 it was. 2-1. Now 3-0. Now 3-1 the count. And he'll walk.
Right fielder, Ruben Mateo.
So that brings up the number 8 hitter, Ruben Mateo. Just 1 for 9 on the season, hitting 111 with a double. Mariners are playing back for 2. Strike 1, swing and a miss. 1-1 the count now on Mateo. And that's going to be hit. This could be 2. The short, over to second for 1. No, what happened there? Oh, and there's a bad throw by Guillen. So all the runners will be safe. So that will load the bases now. For Doug Mirabelli. Mirabelli hit just 102 on the season. Wow, 5 for 49. 2 doubles, 2 homers, 3 runs batted in. Making his first at bat of the season. Mariners are going to play back for 2, willing to concede the run if they don't get the double play. So here's the pitch to Mirabelli. He'll pop it up behind the plate. Wilson's there, but it's out of play. So 0-1 the count on Mirabelli. This one also popped up. This one will get out of play too. So Mirabelli quickly in the hole, 0-2. And he strikes him out in 3 pitches. So a big strikeout for Tomko. So Seattle could possibly get out of this if they can get Greer here. So Greer 0 for 1 on the day. Just below the belt for strike 1. 1-1 the count. 2-1 now. And that's going to be hit back to Tomko. Fires over to first, and that'll do it. So Texas unable to score despite loading the bases, and it remains 4-0 Seattle as we head to the 3rd. John Rolo leads it off, 0 for 1 on the day. And that's going to be a line drive to right, a base hit. So Oru is on with a leadoff single. That brings up Brett Boone. Brett Boone 0 for 1. Ball high. Pops this one up behind the plate. Mirabelli gives chase, but it'll be out of play. So 1-1 the count now. This one's hit down the third baseline. And that'll go out of play. So count 1-2 now on Boone. 2-2 now. And that'll be a base hit to the left. And we're gonna Pinella's gonna hold Olerud at second. So first 2 runners on for the Seattle. First and second, nobody out for Sanders. Ball 1. He walked his first time up. And that's a liner. A strange throw to first there. Greer makes the catch and fires to first. He's lucky Olerud didn't tag and move up. Looks like Boone got a little too far off the bag, and Greer saw it. So Boston's increased the lead over Tampa Bay, now 7-1 in the 6th. So 1 down now for David Bell. I think it was an RBI double he had his first time up. The slow dribble to third. Only play is to first. So runners will move up now with 2 down. Over to third and Boone to second. Dan Wilson 0 for 1 comes to the plate. See if he can add to the Mariner lead. 1-1 the count. 2-1. And that'll be a base hit. So a clutch base hit will score 2. And the Mariners will increase the lead now to 6-0 on a 2-run single by Dan Wilson. As you can tell, the weather's getting nicer out there as the motorcycles are out here in Massachusetts. It's a decent spring day today, especially after all the cold weather and snow we've had. Weather's finally starting to break a little bit. So it'll bring up Carlos Guillen, the shortstop. Again, had a sacrifice bunt his first time up, which led to a 2-run triple by Suzuki. And that's a strike. Swing and a miss. And another clutch 2-out hit. We'll stop at third though, so runners at the corners now for Ichiro Suzuki. 2 for 2 on the day. 2 runs batted in. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Quickly in the hole 0-2. Just a little dribbler down the third base line. They're going to go the short way over to second. And that'll do it for Seattle, but they add 2 more. And it's now 6-0 as we head to the bottom of the third. They're already giving us messages on Tomko. That's not a good sign. It's only the third inning. Randy Velarde up now. Velarde hitting .400 on the season. Reached on a walk, I believe, his first time. Did he reach on a walk? Might have been a fielder's choice. Anyway. And he hits this one to left, got under it just a little bit. Oh, no, wait. Actually, that one carried. It's off the wall. And Velarde's going to be into third with a triple. As Sanders seemed to have a little trouble with that, digging that one out. They're going to credit him with a triple. So to bring up A-Rod 0 for 1. Chance to put the Rangers on the board as Wilson goes to the mound. Tomko kicks and delivers, and swing and a miss for strike 1. 1-1 the count now on A-Rod. 2-1. 2-2 the count. Foul ball out of play. Full count now on Alex Rodriguez. And he hits this one to right. Suzuki makes the catch as Velarde tags and scores. So great play by Suzuki. But it's deep enough to score the run. So a sacrifice fly for A-Rod puts the Texas on the board. Now a 6-1 game. Rafael Primero 0 for 1 comes to the plate. And this one's hit a long way, and that is going to be gone. No, it's not. Actually, they're saying that it was off the top of the wall. No instant replay back then, so they're going to say that wasn't a home run. Primero thought it was gone. Crowd thought it was gone, but the umpires didn't. The umpires said it was just below the line. And Primero will have to settle for a double. So Galarraga 1 for 1. Ball 1. And this one, though, is a no-doubter. That is a 2-run shot. And Texas, with their quick strike offense, have the lead now 6-3. And we're definitely going to get somebody up in the bullpen now. I can't believe that Tomko was already struggling after 3 pitches. I mean, after only 3 innings. Not even 3 innings. Of course, he did pitch a lot of pitches, 50 innings coming into the third, so we'll get somebody up here. Let's see, who do we have coming up here? Bunch of righties, so let's see. We don't want Jeff Nelson, or do we? Yeah, I guess so. He's the freshest arm we have out there for a righty. So Jeff Nelson will start warming up for the Mariners. So Ken Caminiti up now with 1 out, 3 runs in already. And that one's a deep fly. Cameron gives chase and makes a nice running catch. So 2 down now for Chad Curtis. And this one's hit a long way. But Sanders is there to make the catch. So Texas puts up a 3 spot, and it's now a 6-3 game. Mike Cameron leads it off for the Mariners, 2 for 2 on the day. And that's a ground ball to third. Over to first, and that'll So 1 down now as Cameron is retired the first time today. Edgar Martinez up now 0 for 2. And he draws the walk. So Martinez on with a 1-out walk. Brings up John Olerud. 1 for 2. Cutter for strike 1. 1-1 the count. And that one's hit a long way. But Mateo will make the catch on the warning track for out number 2. So Brett Boone 1 for 2 up now. Martinez on first. Strike 1. Called. 1-1 the count now. And that's a pop fly to left. And A-Rod goes a long way but makes the catch. So Florida and Atlanta are tied now in the 6th. 6-6. So I think we're going to take out Tomko, who can only go 3 innings. So he will not be eligible for the victory. Jeff Nelson comes in.
Pitching for Seattle, Jeff Nelson.
So if he's effective, he can get credit for the victory. Nelson comes in with an ERA of an even 3. 3 innings pitched. 1 hit allowed. 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. Whip of 1. And opponents are only hitting 100 against him. So Mateo comes to the plate. 0 for 1 today. And right away he'll walk. Manager definitely doesn't want to see you walk the first batter after coming in. So that brings up Doug Mirabelli. Struck out his first time up. Strike 1. Quickly in the hole, 0-2. 1-2 are now. And that'll be hit down the first base line, out of play. So count remains 2-2. Full count now on Mirabelli. Pops it up behind the plate. Wilson gives chase, but it'll be back out of play. So, foul ball. And that's a fly to right. Suzuki comes running in and makes the catch. Mateo back to first. So Rusty Grip now 0 for 2. Ball 1. 2-0 the count. Quickly ahead. And that's a drill by the second. They're going to go the short way for 1. Back. And they'll turn the 4-6-3 double play. No, they won't, as Greer's beats it out. I thought he had him there. So 2 outs now as Greer beats the relay throw. So I'll score that a 4-6. Randy Velarde 1 for 1 up to the plate now. 1-1 the count now. Florida has pulled ahead of Atlanta 7-6 now. 2-2 the count. Full count now on Velarde. And he's going to draw the walk. So that'll bring up the tying run. The dangerous Alex Rodriguez. He's already got 3 home runs on the season. Had 52 for the 2001 season. As Wilson goes out to talk to Nelson. He's back behind the plate. Nelson kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss. Big cut there. 0-1 to count. Strike 2 called. So A-Rod quickly in the hole, 0-2. 1-2 now. And that'll be a base hit to left. See what's going to happen here. And no, we're not going to throw home. Only a 19% chance. So that'll be an RBI single for A-Rod. Now a 6-4 game. So Texas chopping away at the Mariner lead. Wow, and the Red Sox have had a big inning and really increased their lead now 14-1 over Tampa Bay. So Palmeiro up now with the tying runs on board. Palmeiro representing the go-ahead run. 1 for 2 on the day. As Wilson goes out to talk to Tom Nelson. Kicks and delivers. Just misses low, ball 1. 1-1 the count now. San Diego ahead of Colorado. 3-1 in Colorado in the second. 2-1 the count now on Palmeiro. Count evens now at 2. Full count. And that'll be a walk to load the bases. Oh my goodness. So Galarraga up now as we gotta get somebody warming here. As Jose Paniagua gets up and starts throwing. Here's the pitch to Galarraga. Strike one. Swing and a miss. Pops one up behind the plate. Just too far for Wilson. So Galarraga quickly in the hole, 0-2. 1-2 now, missed away. Let's go aggressive here. Ah, and that'll get through for a base hit. 1 run comes in. 2 runs come in, and we have a tie ball game now on a 2-run single by Andres Galarraga. So Seattle unable to hold a 6-0 lead. That brings up Caminiti 0-2. Ball 1. 2-0 the count. 2-1 now. Hey, Miss Mags. Miss Mags coming to say hi. 3-1 the count now on Caminiti. And it'll be ball 4. That'll load the bases. So Seattle pitching has got them in trouble. Ow, ow, ow. Miss Mags puts her claw in my back. No, you can't get in the seat. Oh boy. So that's going to be it as Lou Piniella calls for the Paniagua to come in as Nelson proves to be ineffective.
Paniagua.
So Paniagua's job is to get out number 3 here. Without any further damage, Chad Curtis 0-1. Ball 1. And that's going to be a liner to second to end the inning. But Texas scores 3 and ties the game at 6. Do we leave Sanders in here? Sanders is pretty bad. Let's check out. See how many bats Sanders got in a season. Oops. Sanders just got 17 at bats on the season. We'll give him one more bat. Why not? That's a foul ball down the left field line. Down the first. Palmeiro takes it himself. So Sanders is retired. Then he's up David Bell 1-2. And he draws a 1-out walk. So Bell not really a threat to steal. Wilson, though, is a 10 bunter. Wow. Not really a bunting situation, though, so. Alright, we'll let him hit away. Ball 1. Wilson has 3 RBIs today. Strike 1. Little dribble down the first base line. That works just like a bunt. But now with 2 down, Bell is at second. So again, with a base hit, can put the Mariners back on top. 1-1 today. Curveball inside for ball 1. Down the third. And is that going to be an error? It will be. So the throw pulls Palmeiro off the bag. Bell will move over to third. So Guillen on the error by Caminiti. So Suzuki with a chance to put the Mariners on top here after the error. Suzuki 2 for 3 on the day. As Marbelli goes up to talk to grounded to short, and that's it. So Seattle unable to push across the go-ahead run, and it remains 6-6 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. So Mateo will lead it off. Mateo 0-1 on the day. Ground ball to short. Again, up with it over to Olerud for out number 1. Mirabelli up now 0-2. Strikes him out. So 2 up and 2 down for Texas. Greer up now. Little dribbler. Paniagua covers as Olrud feeds him.
Pitching for Texas, Jeff Brantley.
So 1, 2, 3 goes Texas in the 5th. And we're going to get somebody else up in the pen here. Didn't really want to have to go to our pen this often, but Nelson was ineffective, kind of forcing our hand. Let's see here. A bullpen. Here we go. Texas, Seattle. All right, so we're gonna get, boy, guess Arthur Rhodes. Arthur Rhodes up and throwing. Cameron 2 for 3 up now. Lead it off for the Mariners here in the 6th. And Brantley strikes him out just into the game. Jeff Brantley not having a good season. 4 innings pitched with 11. No decisions yet. 11.25 earned run average. 7 hits allowed. 2 home runs. 3 strikeouts. So Martinez 0 for 2 up to the plate now. And he'll draw another walk. It's his 2nd walk of the day. So I bring up Olrud, 1 for 3. Strike 1. 1-1 now. He pops it up to left. This. Oh! And no. So Curtis goes a long way for that one. Makes the catch up against the wall. As Martinez trots back to first. So Brett Boone up now, 1 for 3. Foul ball down the third baseline. 0-2 the count. Quickly in the hole is Boone. Little dribbler. Caminiti up with it. Goes over to second. And that'll do it for Seattle in the 6th. So we head to the bottom of the 6th with the score start at 6. Well, pitched to another batter here. Lardy fly ball to left. And what happened there? Looks like it was off the wall. As Sanders unable to get to that one. And Velarde's going to cruise in the 2nd with a leadoff double. And that is going to be it for Paniagua. As Arthur Rhodes is going to come in now.
Pitching for Seattle, Arthur Rhodes.
So Rhodes comes in with no decisions so far. 5.40 earned run average. 172 for the actual season. 1 2/3 innings pitched. 3 hits allowed. A homer, a walk. So he'll face Alex Rodriguez, who's 1 for 2. High and outside for ball 1. Curveball just below the belt. 1-1 the count now on A-Rod. And this one's hit a long way. Suzuki goes back, and that is going to be gone. So a 2-run shot for Alex Rodriguez puts the Texas on top now, 8-6. Ouch. So Rhodes comes in and coughs up a 2-run homer to A-Rod. So to bring it, Palmeiro is 1 for 2. Line drive down third base line. Suzuki gives chase, but it's out of play. And Palmeiro will strike out. Smag's not happy with the way Seattle's playing. I know. Smag saying she can manage better. And she comes on my lap. Oh, you want to be the host now? Okay, you can come up here. Since I don't have your other seat there. Okay, so what do we got going now? So Caminiti 0 for 2. Go up against Rhodes, and this one's hit a long way, and Suzuki makes a great catch in the corner. But not before the damage is done, as Alex Rodriguez hits a 2-run shot, his 4th of the season, to give the Mariners the Texas an 8-6 lead. And that's going to be it for Anthony Sanders, as we are behind now. So we're going to bring in a pinch hitter. And who else can play left field here? I think we're going to bring in Stan Javier. Yes. Oh, Mark McLemore. Let's see here. Who's better against righties here. Let's see. Ooh, McLemore's 311 against righty, so we're going to bring in Mark McLemore to pinch hit. He can play left field.
Pinch hitting for Seattle, Mark McLemore.
So Mark McLemore will lead it off for Seattle here in the 7th. Down by 2 now. Oh, and he goes down on strikes. The 2-2 pitch. So David Bell 1 for 2. He gives this one a long ride. And that one is way gone. See ya. And Seattle gets one of them back on the solo home run by David Bell. So now just a 1-run game. As Greer just didn't even turn around on that one. He knew that one was gone. So Dan Wilson 1 for 3 up now. Ground ball to second, over to first. So Velarde over to Palmeiro retires Wilson for out number 2. San Diego leads Colorado 5-1 now in the 4th. So that'll bring up Carlos Guillen 1 for 2 on the day. And he'll get his second hit of the day. Single. And oops. He's not much of a threat to steal. So Ichiro Suzuki up now 2 for 4 on the day. Another fine performance. His average now up to 478. So 1-1 the count. San Francisco leads LA 3-0 in the 2nd. So 2-2 the count now on Suzuki. And Suzuki strikes out. A rare strikeout for Suzuki. But he goes down to end the innings. But Seattle does get one back, and it's now 8-7 game as we head to the home half of the 7th. Take me out to the ball game. You ready, Miss Mags? We're going to sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Ready, Mr. Brody? Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Oh, Miss Mags is going to sing here. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. Ready, Mr. Brody? I don't care if I ever go back, 'cause it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. Ready? 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Good job, Mr. Brody and Miss Mags. You guys like singing that? Yes, you do. We know you do. All right. Purple Dinosaur like singing that too? All right. So hold on. Let me get the seat there for Miss Mags so she can join you. Get the seat down there in case Miss Mags wants to join you or you want to switch seats. Purple Dinosaur's head is underneath it, but that's alright. Alrighty. Oh boy, Arthur Rhodes. People, I hate when they have that saying, they have something underneath the pitcher. That usually means watch out. He's gonna let up a lot of runs. So Chad Curtis 0 for 2. Oh, we're missing a left fielder. No, we're not. As Mark McLemore will play left field. Alright. So McLemore with a slightly above average range in left field. Below average arm. Here's the pitch by Rhodes. And a little dribbler. He ends up with it. And oh, Curtis beats it out. That always seems to happen when they have a message for the pitcher. Oh, God. So Mateo up now, 0 for 2. Pops one up. And that's out of play. Guess we should get somebody going in the bullpen. Bullpen is pretty spent here. Guess we got Ryan Franklin. No. Oops. Oops. Right. So Mateo up now, 0 for 2. So quickly in the hole, 0-2. And he strikes him out in 3 pitches. So Mirabelli up now, 0 for 3 on the day. And he's off with the pitch. And Curtis will be in with a stolen base. Ball 1. So 1-2 the count now on Mirabelli. 2-2 now. Count goes to 3-2. And he strikes him out. Kicks back for a little extra there. Crowd not happy with that one. So Rusty Greer now 0 for 4. Taking strike one. Little dribbler back to the mound. Oh, and a great play by Boone. Fires over to first. So that will be the end of the inning. So it's still a 1-1 game. And Ivan Rodriguez, the new Hall of Famer, is going to come in here and, well, the future Hall of Famer is going to come in and to catch for Mirabelli.
Pitching for Texas, Mark Petkovsek.
Can't really see much of his stats there. And a great season. So Petkovsek will come in for Texas now. He's pitched 1 2/3 inning without allowing an earned run. 2 hits allowed, 1 strikeout. Opponents are hitting 286 off him. So Mike Cameron, 2 for 4, comes in here in the top of the 8th. Seattle down by just 1 now. And a little dribble to short, and A-Rod gets him for out number 1. Martinez up now 0 for 2. He's been on with a couple of walks, and he gives this one a long ride, and that is going to be gone. No, it's not. Another one that looked like it was gone, but it isn't. So Martinez on with a 1-out double. So over with a chance to bring him home here. 1 for 4 on the day. 1-1 the count now in Olrud. 1-2 now. Little dribbler. This won't get the runner over. A-Rod up with it over to first as Martinez holds at second. So Brett Boone with a shot here. 1 for 4 on the day. Ball 1. And that will not get it done as he grounds out to second. So Ryan Franklin will come in now to relieve Arthur Rhodes.
Pitching for Seattle, Ryan Franklin.
So Franklin comes in with an 0-1 record, 9.82 earned run average, 3 2/3 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Opponents hitting 357 against him. Ouch. So Randy Velarde is 2 for 2 up to the plate now. And he comes in just like Nelson did and gives up a leadoff walk. We're going to throw a pickoff. That'll bring up Alex Rodriguez. He's 2 for 3 today with 4 runs batted in. Strike 1. 1-1 the count now in A-Rod. 2-1. Runners off of the pitch, and Velarde will be in with a stolen base. And he strikes him out, so a big strikeout for Franklin there. Palmeiro 1 for 3 up now. Ball 1. Foul down the first base line. So 1-1 the count now. And this will get the runner over. Oh no, but Olrud unable to boots it, but is able to recover and get it back to Franklin for out number 2 as Velarde moves to third. So Garraga up now, 3 for 4 on the day. Aaron is really want to keep this a 1-run game going into the 9th. And that's a dribble at Boone. Up with it over Olrud, and we'll head to the bottom of the 9th. So Scott Sheldon comes in to play third base for the... Oh, he's very good defensively. So he comes in for Caminiti to play third. So Petkovsek in there. Trying to nail it down for Texas, or up by a run. McLemore 0 for 1 will lead it off. Strike 1. Down the middle. 1-1 the count. And chase the pitch out of the zone for strike 2. 1-2 the count now. Colorado ahead of San Diego 6-5 in the 6th. And that'll be a base hit, so McLemore tying run is on. And David Bell Hit and run is an 8, though. I think we're going to go with a hit and run here instead of the bunt. So Rodriguez goes out to talk to Petkovec. Bell in there now. Going to go with the hit and run. Pops it up, though. That won't get the job done. A-Rod calls for it and makes the catch. So Wilson up now. 3 RBIs on the day. As Rodriguez goes out to talk to Petkovec. Kicks and delivers ball 1. That's fouled down the third baseline. Over to first. McLemore back safely. Let's see if we can move Mr. Brody here. See if we can see. 39 stolen bases. I think we're going to try a steal here. Alright. So let's try the steal as the hit and run didn't work. Oh no, against Rodriguez though? No, we can't steal against Rodriguez. Nope, we're not going to do that. Well, Mirabelli, we might have tried it, but Rodriguez is a 10, so we can't try that. Alright. 1-1 count on Wilson. Pops it up behind the plate. Rodriguez gives chase. But that'll be back out of play. So 1-2 the count now. And a big strikeout. So it'll be up to Carlos Guillen, who's 2 for 3 on the day, to keep the inning going. Strike 1. Swung on a bad pitch there. 1-1 the count now. 2-1. Count evens at 2. So Seattle down to the last strike. And that's going to fall in there for a base hit. As McLemore moves to third. So run is at the corners. And Suzuki a chance to tie the game with a base hit. So the Mariners got the guy they want up at the plate. And it's Mike Venefro coming in. Venefro making his, looks like his second appearance, as he has allowed 1 hit on the season. No innings pitched officially, so they're not recording out yet in that appearance. So Venefro on the season, though, was 5-5 with a 4.80 earned run average, 4 saves, 60 innings pitched, 54 hits allowed, 2 homers, 28 walks, 29 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .240, trying to nail it down for the Rangers. Venefro looks in for the sign from Rodriguez. Ichiro steps into the box. Here we go. And strike 1 called. Uh-oh. Suzuki quickly in the hole, 0-2. And Suzuki goes down on 3 pitches, strikes out. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen that happen to Suzuki, but he does this time. As he look completely outmatched there. And Texas holds on to Seattle now goes to 1-4. So not looking like they're going to be able to get their 116 wins now, or whatever it was. I think it was 116. As they fall to 1-4 on the season. Actually, 4-1 was their actual record. So already 3 games off the pace. That's going to be, that coming in was going to be a difficult thing to repeat, as that is the most wins ever by a major league team. So Seattle falls to Texas after they had a 6-0 lead, 8-6, as their pitching does not do anything for them today. So let's check the box score here.
Score from the ballpark at Arlington, Texas 8, Seattle 7. Jeff Brantley is the winner. He is now 1-0 on the season. Jose Paniagua gets the loss. He is now 1-1 on the season. Mike Venefro gets the save. Number 1. David Bell hit home run number 2 on the season. Andres Galarraga hit number 4. Alex Rodriguez hit number 4. Time of the game, 3 hours, 50 minutes.
Alright. I don't know about that, Mr. Brody. Mr. Brody's just shaking his head on that game. So let's check out the pitching first. And Mr. Brody is going to give the recap here. So let's see here. So, Doug Davis goes 5 innings for the Rangers. Allows 9 hits, 6 runs. Only 3 of them were earned. 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. Pitched 100 pitches. 60 strikes and 40 balls. A perfect ratio there. Well, actually a little bit less than perfect, as you want about 2/3 of your pitches to be strikes. Brantley gets the win in relief. 2 innings pitched. 2 hits allowed. 1 run. It was earned. 1 homer. 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. 38 pitches. Petkosek gets the hold. Pitches an inning and 2/3, allowing 3 hits, 1 strikeout. Venafro gets the save. Pitches a third of an inning. Just faces 1 batter. And strikes out Suzuki on 3 pitches. So for the Mariners, Brett Tomko only lasts 3 innings. Not sure exactly what was up with that, but he did have a high pitch count in his first outing. 4 innings, 4 hits allowed, 3 runs, all of them earned, 1 homer, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Jeff Nelson was ineffective, only lasted 2/3 of an inning. Allowed 2 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 4 walks, 44 pitches. Jose Paniagua, 1 1/3 innings, 1 hit allowed, 1 run, it was earned, 1 strikeout at 17 pitches. Arthur Rhodes ineffective also, 2 innings pitched, 2 hits allowed, 1 run, it was earned, a home run, and 3 strikeouts. It's a 2-run shot by A-Rod. Ryan Franklin pitched an inning. He was about their best pitcher of the day. 1 walk and 1 strikeout, 15 pitches. Let's check out the batting here. So the rookie, Ichiro Suzuki, goes 2 for 6 with a run scored and 2 runs batted. Average now dropping to 440, and had a 2-run triple. Mike Cameron, 2 for 5 with an RBI. And normally we probably should have gone over Texas first since they won, but we'll go over them next. So Edgar Martinez was 1 for 3 with 2 walks. He had a double. Cameron also had a double. John Olerud, 1 for 5 with a run scored. Brett Boone, 1 for 5 with a run scored. Sanders was 0 for 2 with a run scored. Also walked once. Mark McLemore came on as a pinch hitter and played left field, 1 for 2. David Bell, 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. 1 walk also. Dan Wilson was 1 for 5 with 3 runs batted in. David Bell had the home run too. Carlos Guillen was 3 for 4. And for the victorious Texas Rangers, who are now 4-2, Rusty Gurr, 0 for 5 with a run scored. Randy Velarde, 2 for 2 with 3 runs scored, 3 walks. I think he had a couple of stolen bases too. Alex Rodriguez was 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and 4 runs batted in. Rafael Palmeiro, 1 for 4 with an RBI and a walk. Andres Galarraga was 3 for 5 with a run scored and 4 runs batted in. Caminiti, 0 for 3 with a walk. Sheldon came in defensive replacement, played third, did not get an at-bat. Chad Curtis, 1 for 3 with a walk. Ruben Mateo, 0 for 3 with a walk. Doug Mirabelli was 0 for 4, and Ivan Rodriguez did not get an at-bat. Was a defensive replacement. Alright, so let's check the miscellaneous here. Let's see, we got the stolen bases. So Curtis, it was Chad Curtis and Velarde each had a stolen base. So let's go back to here, see if we can figure out that player of the game. Can't give it to any of the pitchers. So I think we're going to give co-players of the game to Alex Rodriguez and Andres Galarraga, who knocked in all 8 runs between them, 4 apiece. Each one of them with a home run. Rodriguez 2 runs scored, Galarraga with a run scored. But Galarraga had 1 extra hit. 1 more hit than Rodriguez did. So we're going to give it, co-players of the games, Alex Rodriguez and Andres Galarraga. And they say Andres Galarraga. I'm going to give the Ko. Suzuki with another great. Also, Suzuki made a great play in right field. His second. Boone with his fourth great play. David Bell had a poor play. So errors are on Guillen, Caminiti, and Velarde. Home runs by Bell is second. Texas Galarraga is fourth. And Texas Alex Rodriguez is fourth. So here's the score sheet for Seattle. Is for Seattle. And here's the one for Texas. I'll show them why they get Seattle's. Oh, Seattle pitchers. Okay. So there's Seattle's score sheet there. And the recap. Not going to go over that, but if you like to look at it, there it is. Play-by-play, for those of you interested. Can't fit Mr. Brody up anywhere. And that is it. So thank you for joining me. It's been Eric from Higher Ground Gaming, my co-host Mr. Brody and Miss Mags. As Seattle goes down to Texas 6-5. Next game for the Mariners will be, again, I believe, against the Texas Rangers. You can get that one to load. There it goes. So Seattle did win this one in actuality 6-5 to go to 4-1. Texas is actually, it was only 2-4 after this game. They're 4-2, so a lot of opposites. As Seattle is 4-1. So the next game, Texas would win 5-4. So hopefully Seattle can get a win and get a game back. So that is it. So game number 5, Ichiro Suzuki's career replay. Ichiro Suzuki off to a great start. His team not so much. So we'll see if we can reverse that and get back to Seattle looking like that 116 win team. So take care, God bless, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.